Hey guys, welcome to Imaginerds. This week on Imaginerds we are going to talk about 10 fun facts about Dumbo. Number 1. The story of Dumbo actually came from a children's book called Dumbo the Flying Elephant. It was written by Helen Aberson and Harold Pearl. It was a roll-a-book, which was like this scroll, and to turn the pages you would have to roll these dials and it would go through all of these panels with words and illustration to it. Number 2. Dumbo was made in 1941, so it was wartime, World War II. And so because of the war, and because the Disney Studios had actually lost money on both Pinocchio and Fantasia, because they were so expensive to make, they had to think of a way to make a cheaper film without sacrificing any of the story quality. And so they made Dumbo for just around $814,000. And the movie actually made money at the box office and was a big success. Number 3. Time magazine was actually going to have Dumbo on the cover of their magazine because of the huge success that he was. But, again, World War II happened, and Pearl Harbor ended up making the cover of Time magazine. Number 4. During the production of Dumbo, there was also a huge animator strike, and Walt Disney wasn't even around the studio at that time because he was in South America doing a goodwill trip and also getting research for the upcoming film Saludos Amigos and Three Caballeros. So Dumbo was in production at that time, and there was just a lot of stuff going on. There was war, there was animator strikes, Walt Disney wasn't at the studio. Number 5. So, like any old Disney film, it contains some stuff with some controversy in it. For one, the pink elephant sequence, which personally I think is one of the most interesting and well done animation segments done by Disney. But of course the segment exists because Dumbo and his friend Timothy Mouse happen upon a bucket of water that is mixed with some sort of other beverage. And the sequence starts with Dumbo and Timothy Mouse participating in some underage drinking. I mean, I don't know the legal drinking age of an elephant, but whatever. And so, because they are a little tipsy, that is why they start to see the hallucinatory pink elephants, and that whole segment exists. The other controversial scene is the scene with the crows, and it's under a lot of controversy these days because of their depiction of African Americans. And honestly, and Eric Goldberg actually mentioned this in one of the bonus features on the Dumbo Blu-ray, is their mannerisms and the way they talk to each other is actually very reminiscent of a lot of jazz performers and bands during that time. That back and forth chatter was very common among African American singers, and so it wasn't completely out of place. Take that with a grain of salt. Number 6. So you might recognize some familiar voices in the Dumbo film, one being the voice of Mr. Stork. He is voiced by Sterling Holloway, who voiced other characters such as Winnie the Pooh, Kaa from Jungle Book, and the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. Another memorable voice is the voice of the main crow, who is voiced by Cliff Edwards, who also does the infamous voice of Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio. And though you don't get to hear very much of it in the film, Mrs. Jumbo, Dumbo's mother, when she speaks, she is voiced by Verna Kelton, who voices other characters such as Flora from Sleeping Beauty, Aunt Sarah from Lady and the Tramp, the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, and the Fairy Godmother from Cinderella. Number 7. Bill Tightlow was the animator for Dumbo. And this was perfect because he had animated other characters such as Grumpy from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Stromboli from Pinocchio, and the Chernabog from Fantasia. Yeah, he's a perfect fit for Dumbo. Let's use that guy. And so, even though he had animated some meaner, shall I say, grumpier characters in the Disneyverse, he also was given the task of animating cute, little, innocent Dumbo. But Bill Tightlow actually drew a lot of inspiration from his own 2-year-old son, Peter. Number 8. So if you've seen Dumbo, you will obviously remember the heart-wrenching sequence that is the song Baby Mine. The song Baby Mine was nominated for an Oscar, but unfortunately lost that award. But the movie did win an award for Best Score in a Musical, so nice job, Dumbo. Number 9. Dumbo was actually the first Disney animated feature and still remains among the few to take place in America. Number 10. So the character Timothy Mouse is actually never called by name in the movie. The only place you can find his name is at the end of the film. He is in a news article where he signs a contract for Dumbo for a Hollywood picture. So there you go, guys. 10 fun facts about Dumbo. Dumbo has slowly become maybe one of my favorite Disney films. And all of those Golden Age films are just really, really unique and really shape the way Disney has made their movies up to this day. If you like some of these facts, if you have some facts of your own, leave them down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, also down below. And please subscribe to our channel, Imaginerds, so you don't miss any of the fun that we will bring here to this channel every week. Thank you guys, and we will see you real soon.